Hello, welcome back to the Project Hercules Diaries. I'm just about to put the inlet manifold on, and before I do, I'll just show you very quickly the inlet valve opening. So the piston at the moment is on the way up on the exhaust stroke. So the exhaust valves around here are open, but you can't see those because the manifolds are on. When the piston gets to the top of the stroke, the inlet valve starts to open. There's a little bit of overlap, so as the valve opens here, 1, 2, 3 valves open all at the same time. You'll see on this edge the valve starts to open. You may see the piston, the top of the piston, just coming up to the top dead center, where it then goes over the top and starts to descend. So I'll turn the engine slowly now by hand. There's the valve opening. There's the piston coming up just to the top of top dead center, going over the top now, and then going down on the induction stroke. And that, you can hear, is the one-way valve allowing the pressure build-up in the crankcases to vent to the atmosphere. As the piston then ascends on the compression stroke, or rather before it's about to ascend on the compression stroke, you can see the sleeve is rising and the port is about to close. These holes, these ports in the sleeve, rise above the rings in the cylinder head, and that gives you a really good gas tight seal. So that's how the inlet valve operates, and you can't really see much on the exhaust side, but at least it's a quick look before I put on the manifold. Now the manifold itself is one of those very average jobs, and occasionally you do get a very average job on any kind of project, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So here's the inlet manifold, and as you can see, there's quite a few bolts that need to go in to hold that onto the barrel. So those bolts, unfortunately, were all covered in some awful kind of goo. Here you go. I'm not quite sure what it was, but it's awful stuff to get off. I tried it in the ultrasonic cleaner, tried it with a bit of paraffin, tried it with terps, tried it with white spirit. It's 1930s sealer of some sort, so it's all had to be picked off by hand and rubbed down. I didn't particularly want to use a wire brush because I didn't want bits of iron in there. I don't want them to rust in, so that in 20 years when I do my engine 100,000 mile rebuild, I didn't want to have everything rusted up. So I've cleaned them all down, and that obviously takes a lot of time, and it gets a bit average after a bit when you've got 32 of them to do. But here they are, all my ducks in a row. Lovely shiny clean bolts, or as clean as you can get them by hand, and they're all ready to go in. So I'm going to drop the manifold on next, and then I'm going to put the carb on, and there's a bit more progress. That's it for now. As usual, thank you for watching. More updates will follow.